which is interesting because, I wanted all the good from my dad in my dream man. So, to have somebody that, would say, you know what, you're going through what? Well, how long? You've been going through it for how long? I'm gonna get your ass to the right people, and you're not gonna deal with this anymore. Which is what I would do, because someone's suffering, you can't let them suffer. I feel like my whole life is every Stephen King book. It's like, I have a mother like Carrie White's mom. In Pet Cemetery, the sister, she was like the dirty secret. And, or, no, well, no, that's a line from it. But, she was they forced the daughter to take care of her disabled sister when she couldn't. I was forced to take care of my dad a lot, and I had just left Olathe from the fiasco of. Sorry. Bear with me, guys. The church I was going through there, they were, a lot of stuff happened, and, it's been a theme throughout my whole life that group of friends would leave me. That's always happened in my life, and I've, the only friends I've been able to keep are the ones I have online that are sick. So, it's nice, but it sucks that I can't do anything. I'm a lot like my dad. I mean, I hate feeling helpless. I hate feeling like I can't do something. I can't. I'm doing what I can, but that's not what I need to be doing for them. Or for myself, or for everyone else. Or for my dream man. So, it's always a pain in the ass. But, I'm sorry. My head, ends up being institutionalized your whole life throughout everything. It's like every time, what it feels like with my health and everything, it's like, every time I do something, every time I say something wrong, do something wrong, or, it's like, all this crap in there. It's like, if I'm trying to type something or I'm trying to do something and I don't do it a certain way, all these thoughts and feelings and everything just come in, and it's like it makes me tired. It's like, dude, let me do this my way, It's like, you got to do it for your dream man or whatever. It's like, dude, if my dream man is exactly like me, he's not going to give a shit how I say it, because I want to say it like him. And even if I don't say it exactly like him, he's not going to give a shit. He's going to be like, dude, it's cool. I'm not going to force you to do anything. Jeez, come on, It's, but, all this stuff going on, it's like, my whole life I've been through the mental health system because that's what they thought I was. But that's not what it was. Looking back and seeing all the things I went through as a kid, looking at my life now, it's rather, it explains a lot. I mean, you can say there's no guarantee that that's why that's happened, but that's no guarantee that that's not why that happened. So, if that is the reason, then that makes a lot of sense. Because it wasn't until I reached adulthood that a lot of these problems started to come up, and, through doctors also playing guinea pig with me with psych meds, one summer, I ended up not having my period for 2 years. So throughout that, my dad was also in Vietnam. So if you know anything about, Agent Orange, then the effects on that, and that can go down to your kids. And it's not only spina bifida, that anything that will affect your DNA is going to affect if you have kids, if you have sex, if you kiss somebody, whatever, blood, anything, it'll affect that. So, it's funny. Both my sisters have had C-sections with their kids, but they didn't get the real serious stuff. I did. The baby of the family, the one closest to her daddy, is the one that's targeted the most. I'm also the one that was conceived after wedlock. Yeah, there's a funny one. Let's curse the one that was born in wedlock, because if you're ultra religious, then you know about you're not supposed to have sex till you're married. Well, that ain't happening with me. So, but I just. I've been dealing with this for 15 years. I round things by 5, so if anybody's wondering. I found out about these problems actually 20 years ago. Probably around the year 2000 is when I found out about this stuff. But it wasn't until the end, in August of 2002, that things really started to come up more, and then by the end of the year, things were, things were bad, and then, in 2003, trying to find out what exactly was wrong with me, and, through telling doctors they need to look again for things, and take blood again, do this and do that. They never found anything. And then one day when I was going insane with all this stuff happening, living on my own. So I just, it's like I couldn't do this anymore. I was getting my GED. I had become a BAC, which means a born-again Christian. I became really heavy into Bible thumping, and thankfully I'm not that anymore, but, and I'm not going to put down if you believe in that, I'm not going to do that, but, I just, I was going insane, so it's like I had to put all the stuff off, and then I moved back in with my family. I was at home, and I was with my dad because my dad had been disabled. He lost both his legs from below the knee down. And a guy that's 6'9", and, that's never easy for anybody. But, someone that tall, that's definitely going to affect you. And my dad liked being active. My dad liked doing things, it was really hard on him, but so he, I was doing horrible, and he, thankfully I was feeling good enough, because if I wasn't, he would have called, but, he told me to call my caseworker at the time, because I was still with the mental health center, and the only reason I was with them, basically, was I couldn't thrive. Kept trying to get a car, kept trying to get funding for stuff, but obviously I didn't have the friends. My friends, well, I did have friends, but they didn't do anything to help with that. A lot of problems. That's really the only reason I was with them. If I had a car, the stuff I was going through wouldn't have been happening. So about that, I had to take a drink. But I called and was able to get into an urgent care unit, and I don't know if they suggested that I had that or what, but through I found out that I had PCOS, and for that, for people that don't know what that is, that's when women during that time of the month have cysts in their ovaries, and so that's why they bleed and all that stuff. But with PCOS, you have that all the time, and it's not a few, it's a lot. It's like a lava lamp. Anybody seen the lava lamp? How the lava in there will come apart and go back together. Well, it's kind of like that. It's really chaotic. It's kind of like one of those rubber balls that has those little rubber strings sticking out of them. That's what it kind of looks like. So, that's what I found out I had. So things seemed, once I got the diagnosis and I was able to, start on the right path to getting better, I had laparoscopic surgery. Sorry, I can't. Like I said, I have my damn speech impediment. My health isn't helping with it. So I ended up getting a big cyst removed from my right ovary, and it was that wasn't painful at all. I mean, the only painful part was something my mother didn't stop me from doing, was getting McDonald's burger and fries, a strawberry shake, which thankfully helped in the letting it go down my throat better, because they had to put they put the breathing tube down my throat. Thankfully, with this one, they put the mask on my face, so that's a lot better than putting that thing down my throat. But deep throat anyway. There's a good reference for you. Anyway, so that's I thought I was doing better, and yes, I had some things going on, but I thought that was part of the territory, but it wasn't, and I'm still sick. And when my health started acting up, it was right around the time my dad passed away. So yeah, having things, just being the 10-year anniversary and all this stuff going on, if I don't get better, if I don't find the right help, if this dream man is real, he doesn't come into my life, then I'm not going to be able to get me better, and I'm probably going to end up dying, and that's not something I want. That's not something the people in my life need. I have my nieces and nephews, which to me are my kids. I don't have any kids. I've never been in love. I've never had anybody. I can say that I've never had a man in my life, which is correct. I've had boys, but not men.